Stay tuned for a detailed guide on how to use Berlin's transport system. Welcome to Rob on Holiday. Today we're going to talk about the transport here in Berlin. Berlin has an extensive transport network comprising the U-Bahn, which is the city's metro, the S-Bahn, Berlin's suburban railway, trams, buses and trains. With all of these transport modes available, it's easy to get around Berlin and visit all of the city's major tourist attractions. For tourists, there are a number of ticket options to choose from. Like many other European cities, Berlin's transport network is integrated, meaning that the same ticket works for all metros, trams, buses and local trains around the city. The cheapest ticket is the single ticket, which costs €3.80 for travel within the city centre and €4.70 if your journey takes you beyond the city centre to the airport. This ticket is valid for a single journey of up to 2 hours long and changes of line or transport mode are permitted. There's also a 4-trip ticket available, which is essentially a bundle of 4 single tickets. This costs €11.60 for city centre travel and €16 if you want to include travel to and from the airport. If you're using a lot of public transport in Berlin, consider purchasing a 24-hour ticket, which allows you to travel on an unlimited number of metros, trams, trains and buses around the city for an entire day. The only type of transport that you cannot take with this ticket is an intercity train. A 24-hour pass costs just €10.60 for city centre travel and €12.30 if you want it to also cover the airport. For longer trips to Berlin, you could buy a 7-day ticket, which costs €44.60 for the city centre and €52.70 to cover the airport. There's one more ticket option, which is actually the one we bought, and this is the 24-hour group pass. This works exactly the same as the 24-hour ticket, except that up to 5 people can travel on the same ticket. This costs €33.30 for the city centre travel and €35.50 to include the airport. And as you can see, if you're travelling with more than 3 people, this will save you money. You can buy these tickets from the BVG ticket stations at train and metro stations across the city. Here's one of the BVG ticket machines you can buy your transport tickets from. If you do buy it, make sure you validate it in this machine. If you buy like a 24-hour group pass like we've done, you buy it from the machine, you can validate it in there. Once you've done that, that's great for 24 hours. You don't have to stick it in any other machine. As long as you carry that ticket with you, you're fine. Alternatively, you can buy your ticket through the BVG app, which can be downloaded from the iOS or Android App Store. You can buy and validate your ticket through the app and simply walk on or off all modes of transport throughout the city. Just bear in mind that you could be asked to present your valid ticket at any point by a guard. So now that we've covered how and where to buy your tickets, let's talk about which transport you're likely to be using when you visit Berlin, starting with how to get from the airport to the city centre. Berlin-Brandenburg Airport is well connected to the city centre by train, and this is the quickest and cheapest option. The airport train station is located under Terminal 1, but there is clear signage in both terminals directing you to the station. Once you get there, you can choose to take either the RE8, the RB23 or the S9 to the city centre. The RE8 and RB23 take 30 minutes to reach Berlin Central Station or Hauptbahnhof and leave the airport every hour, while the S9 takes 50 minutes to reach Central Station but leaves the airport every 20 minutes. All 3 lines also stop at Alexanderplatz, another major train station in the centre of Berlin. So, once you've arrived in Berlin, how do you get to the city's major tourist attractions? Let's run through the transport routes most commonly used by tourists, starting with the U-Bahn. Use the U5 to get to the Brandenburg Gate, the Reichstag building, the Monument to the Murdered Jews of Europe, Museum Island and the Berlin TV Tower. This line is also connected to Alexanderplatz and the Berlin Central train stations. Use the U8 to get from Alexanderplatz to Bernauer Straße, which is a stop to get to the Berlin Wall Memorial. Use the U6 to get to Checkpoint Charlie and the U2 to get between Alexanderplatz and Potsdamer Platz train stations. Moving on to the S-Bahn, use the S3, S5, S7 or S9 to get from Berlin Central Station or Alexanderplatz to the East Side Gallery via either Obstbahnhof or Warschauer Straße. As far as trams go, the only time we found these useful was when we took the M10 from S-Nordbahnhof to Bernauerstrasse to get from the far end of the Berlin Wall Memorial back to the U-Bahn station. Now that we've covered the most common routes, let's end the video with a few top tips to help you navigate Berlin's transport network. Tip number 1. Make sure you know which direction you are travelling in. Look at the map either before your trip or in the station and find the station at the end of the line in the direction you're travelling. This is the station name that will be referenced on signs and on the platform to show you that you're going the right way. Tip number 2. Use Google Maps for extra help if you struggle with directions. Type where you want to go and Google Maps will give you all the possible transport options. If you click into one of the options, it will tell you all the information you need, including the station you need to get off at and the direction you need to travel in. So if you struggle with interpreting maps, download Google Maps for your trip. Tip number 3. Download a copy of the Berlin transport map onto your phone so that you can reference it throughout your trip. This way you can plan your journeys before you get to the station, which will be less stressful. A digital map is available from the BVG website and we'll put a link in the description to the exact page. The 4th tip is don't forget to validate your ticket. Validate physical tickets at one of the validation stations next to the ticket booths at metro, train and tram stops, or if you're using the app, you can validate your ticket digitally. If you forget to do this and you're asked to present your ticket by a guard, you could be facing a hefty fine. If you're using a 24-hour ticket, you only have to validate it once and you're good for the 24 hours. Tip number 5. Give yourself plenty of time to get around Berlin. The transport system is generally fast and efficient in our experience, but you don't want to be rushing to make a reservation, so leave yourself plenty of time to make your way to your next attraction. For example, it can take a lot longer than you think to travel by metro because you'll need to walk a distance underground to get to the platform. So my review of Berlin Transport, it's really good. I mean, if you get the right passes, whether you buy them in paper tickets or use the app like we've said, you can just walk on and off all the transport. And it just makes it so much easier, whether you're using the underground to travel around some of the areas in the central city, or you're using the S-Bahn. For example, we got on the S-Bahn and went out to the East Side Gallery, and it was really easy. We're based here, our hotel is near Alexanderplatz, but there are also other places you can base yourself in the hotel around, but there's loads of transport, the U-Bahn, the S-Bahn and the commuter trains. It just makes getting around Berlin so easy, and it's really easy. Thanks for watching Rob on Holiday. We hope you found our guide to the Berlin transport system useful. If you've got any questions or comments, please put them in the box below and we're happy to get back to you and answer those questions. If you enjoyed the video and found it useful, please subscribe to our channel because it really helps us. In the meantime, thanks for watching again and we'll see you next time.